Local residents in Dover and across Kent are feeling unsafe as the government have fully lost control of illegal migration, as a number of illegal migrants are now escaping into the system, running around the areas and causing trouble. We warned this on this channel a couple of years ago when the chaos of the boats continued to escalate in 2020, and when Nigel Farage went to Dover to film it. Eventually some people in the media started talking about it, then they got bored, and then they said, well, let's just ask politicians what they plan to do. They didn't really follow up on it. Problems that we warned about are now happening. One was in terms of space. We are running out of space, like in terms of even temporary accommodation. So all the hotels, we did a video earlier today about Serco, they've been told by the Home Office that they're going to have to find new places because we're running out of hotels. So they're going to ask care homes and people who rent homes and student accommodations to basically give up their places for illegal migrants. This is also a new problem. Well, a bigger problem that's inevitable. They're going around, they can't really welcome and greet every illegal migrant boat because there's so many of them. Some of them will just arrive and just escape into the system, and they're going around the areas. One of these guys last week went into a local resident's home and intimidated them to use their phone so they could, get transport to Manchester or Birmingham, wherever they were going to go. And this is why people are rising up. They want to defend themselves in Kent and especially Dover. They're essentially saying, well, if there's no police, if there's no policing in the area, we're going to have to do it ourselves in the neighborhood. What is this, 1500s? What happened to civilized 21st century Western world? That the police should really protect your community. No, we're going backwards. We're going to the neighborhood watch days. It's sad, but at least there's community spirit, that someone has at least cared in those areas. Now, Sue Doyle, who's 59, was sitting in her living room, sipping a cup of coffee on a Sunday morning, this is last week, when a 16-year-old Albanian migrant got in through the back door. I mean, seriously. She said, all of a sudden, he was there, standing in my front room. He didn't seem very friendly. He kept saying, no police, no police. Yeah, that is clearly a genuine political refugee, right? From Albania. It's astonishing. Absolutely disgusting what's going on. The safety of people, our people, local residents in those areas are at risk. And politicians are too busy gossiping about each other and what they're wearing. Now, the bigger problem is like the government, they came out to say this. Now, I am absolutely furious when it comes to this statement, especially at the end of it. So, they said, the global migration crisis is causing an unprecedented strain on our asylum system. Stop trying to blame others, but okay. Despite what people have been told by people smugglers, migrants who travel through safe countries to illegally enter the UK will not be allowed to start a new life here. They will not be allowed to start a new life here? Why are you guys lying so openly to the general public in Britain? We have the answers. We have seen it. We have the graphs. These are the numbers coming from the Home Office. 76% of applications are being approved in the United Kingdom, more than any other country, more than Italy, more than Germany, Spain, France. Well, obviously France is the lowest because they're not even staying there. They're just getting on the boat and coming straight to the UK. 76% approval rate. And you say, oh, well, these people that have been told by people smugglers, I can assure you guys, they will not be accepted and they cannot start a new life here. Why are you lying? We know the answers. You gave the figures to us. And now you're saying something else. No one knows what they're doing. It's absolutely weird why the government are not being challenged by the mainstream media. Somebody needs to talk about this. And, before it gets even worse in terms of the backlash and reaction from the British public, you need to sort it out. We are in a cost of living crisis and we can't even afford anything else, let alone trying to give up our student accommodations and care homes for illegal Albanian gangs. That's the reality. We're going to come back in half an hour. We're going to tell you about an EU meltdown over Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi and we are the media.